steps turn to gold. Rise through the...
Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. We've just witnessed Man United drawing to Leeds United 1-1. Interesting game. I'm not going to say it was the most boring game ever, but it wasn't the most enjoyable game either from the Man United fan perspective. It was a game we are playing against a newly promoted team. Yes, they're in good form, but we should still have enough to go and upset Leeds United. For God's sake, come on. What is this? What is going on with United? What are we witnessing? Absolute joke. Absolute joke. Look, there's some question marks. Of course, we're missing lots of players, and I know that's going to be the go-to excuse for a lot of people, a lot of fans who are going to say, calm down, Travis. It was 1-1, and yes, we're missing some big players, and because of that, we can't really say that we had a bad game. In fact, some of us will say that it was actually a good performance. 1-1 away from home to Leeds is pretty good given what their current form has been. And I'll be honest, yes, I would have taken the 1-1 if everything else went down the dumps. But I thought today Leeds were there for the taking. I thought if we could have shown a little bit more composure, a little bit more technical ability and better clinical finishing, we could have won that game. So that's what I'm upset about. And the one player that I'm really upset with is, of course, Benjamin Sesko. He is simply not doing as much as we hoped. I mean, we're talking about other players, other teams have signed and not done well, but Sesko, come on, man. Come on. I mean, I'm running out of excuses for you, young lad. I really am. How many times am I going to say, oh, he needs a little bit more time. He needs a little bit more time. I've been saying that about Sesko more than anybody else. I've had lots of other people jump on and tell me Sesko's shit, he's a flop, he's this, he's that, and I've been defending the guy. With everything I've got, I've been defending him, saying, give him a bit more time. He needs a couple more games. He needs more time doing this. He needs time doing that. He needs this play. He needs chances. We're not giving him enough to cook with. But today he had a couple of chances where he could and should have finished and put the ball in the net and scored for us. There was one blatant chance, one, like, literally, he was a yard out of the goal. I mean, he should have just at least got it on target. He didn't even get it on target. That's what really, really gave me the thought that, oh, shit, this guy, I hate to say it, but he could be worse than Rasmus Højlund, the guy that we've just got rid of, because we were not happy with his final product or his goal-scoring record. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm saying it out loud. I'm sure there's lots of people, lots of fans who are watching it, thinking it, but not daring to say it because they know that they don't want it to happen, and I don't want it to happen. And I've been watching him very carefully, looking at him thinking, please, Sesko, don't do this to us. Don't do this to us. We've had already too many flops at this club in that position to have another one. We need you to come good. But unfortunately, he's not showing me anything. In today's game, we were missing that striker. We were missing that focal point, the person to score the goals for us. And in stepped Kuna. Kuna had to come in and do what Sesko should be doing for us. Kuna, man of the match, and deservedly so. But not just because of his goal, but the work rate he puts in, the defensive work he puts in, the ball carrying that he does. He single-handedly was doing all of United's attacking work at one point. And even Zertsky, the guy who didn't even start, came on and looked better than Sesko. This is it. This is what I'm talking about. Then you start having question marks over whether Zertsky should have started ahead of Sesko. And I'm not a big fan of Zertsky either. You know, I'm there saying, Zertsky, yes, if he wants to go to Roma or wherever he wants to go, let him be, let him go. But after today's performance, I'm thinking, shit, we need him. We need to keep him. Because Sesko's someone who can't even hit the back of the net. He can't even get the bloody shot on target. So for me, big, massive question marks over Sesko. I'm not happy with his performance, and I'm not overall happy with United either. We've become like the, 1 point FC, aren't we? That's what we are, 1 point FC. We don't want to win the game. Nah, but allow that. We're here to just get the draw. Thank you very much. Give us a point and we'll be happy. And our fans will be happy too. Of course, they'll cheer us. They'll be over the moon with a 1-1 draw, because we've set the bar so low that our fans will be happy with anything. And this is just rubbing salt in the wounds right now. We're drawing against Leeds. We're being told by Ruben Amorim that we've gone into a bit of a bad luck because we've lost Mbeumo and Ahmad and Bruno Fernandes. It's got nothing to do with bad luck. We knew this was going to happen. We knew they were going to go off to the AFCON tournament. We knew for months that this was scheduled. It wasn't just a simple, a day before where we found, oh my God, we're losing Mbeumo, we're losing Ahmad, they're going off to play for international teams. No. It was planned. We knew this was going to happen. So why act surprised? Why act like, oh my God, we haven't got the team? Absolute shambles right now at the club. Absolute shambles. I don't care what anyone says. I know people will be like, no, look, Travis, look, United doing well and we'll be fine. We'll be fine. And now we're getting news that Ineos are saying no signings. No signings in the January transfer window. We don't need anybody. That's what we're hearing. That's officially what we're hearing now from Ruben Amorim, and of course he's telling us what the board have told him. Whether he's happy with it or not, I don't believe he is. I don't think no manager would be happy. I think every manager would want more players in the squad. The excuse we're getting now is United haven't got enough games to go around the players, so therefore they're only involved in the Premier League, and look, they don't need all the new players. They're going to wait till the summer and see if United can qualify for the Champions League. So what the board, I'm hearing, have told Ruben Amorim is, you have to go with the players you've got, and we want Champions League football. We want Champions League football, and if you succeed, that's when we're going to back you. That's what we're hearing. Is that fair on Ruben Amorim? Absolutely not, man. Absolutely. What faith does the manager then have left in the club, in the ownership, if they're not backing him at this crucial point of time? This is the point where you can see, you see, right, okay, we're not far off the Champions League spots. A few players here and there, a few new faces, and we can guarantee ourselves Champions League football. But instead, they're taking the other route. They're taking the option of, no, we're close to the Champions League spots with the current team that we've got, and we've got players missing, but once they all come back, then you've got a whole new set of players to choose from, and you've got enough players to go and qualify for the Champions League. But we weren't hearing that a couple of months ago. When we were starting the Premier League, no one thought we were going to be somewhere in and around the Champions League spots, did they? That's just because of the teams around us and the surprise results that we're getting in the Premier League. That's why we're sat here today in fifth spot, because teams around us haven't done well. It's not our making. We've not gone and won every single game or performed well. It's just that teams around us haven't performed well, and everyone is bringing up some shock surprises and results. So how long are we going to ride out that luck? That's my question. How long are we going to watch this and say, yeah, everything's working out in our favour? How long will that happen? There will come a time when these teams switch on and they start playing and start winning. Then what do? We will regret not going out and signing players in January. I'm being told that United are definitely not looking to sign anybody now. There's no discussions with anybody. The last hope that we had of Baleba even coming, even that's now essentially dead until the summer. United are not intending to make any offers or go in for Blaber in January. There's no major signings coming in the January transfer window. It hurts me to say it because as a Man United fan, I can see that this team still needs 1 or 2 centre mid players. You know, what happens when 1 or 2 of them get injured? Then what happens? This is the problem we've got. We're relying on a team, yes. I know we haven't got lots of football. I know we've only got Premier League football. But even then, double down, go and get the job done. Guarantee yourself Champions League spots. This is an opportunity, not of our making, but let's take advantage of it. That's what I'm saying. Today's game was lackluster. It was boring. It wasn't a game where you sat back and relaxed and thought, right, let's go. Let's go and do a job on this newly promoted team. Yes, they're in good form, but they were not playing good today. I felt like United could and should have won the game. And we should have gone for the jugular. This is Man United. This is what we do. And even Ruben Amorim, the way he's looking at the games, you can see he's shocked with the ownership. But the owners were there. Ineos are there. Brada, bloody Wilcox, all of them are sat there watching this drab, boring football and allowing it. And yesterday in Ruben Amorim's press conference, we heard from the horse's mouth. And he said himself, yeah, look, do you know what? I haven't been backed. I haven't been given the players to play the formation I want to play. And now it's a battle. It's a battle between the board and the manager. Who succeeds, who doesn't, we'll have to wait and see. Will Ruben Amorim, obviously he's going to stick with his 3 at the back and he's going to say, look, this is the formation I know and this is the way I play. But the board haven't backed me, haven't bought me the players I want. They didn't bring him a centre mid in the summer, and we're missing that, and we can see it. Everyone who's got half a bloody brain cell can see that United are missing the centre mid players. We haven't got good enough players in that midfield to control the play. Yet we just heard from Ruben Amorim, and he seemed satisfied with the win. Of course, he was going to come out and say that. He was going to say, look, you know, we did well having drawn against Wolverhampton at home. It's a good point, this one. Like I said, we're 1 point FC merchants now. That's what we are. 1 point FC. We are happy. Ruben Amorim is happy with a point. The board will be happy, and there'll be lots of fans who'll be happy with that 1 point, and we'll be, partying away. Yes, we got a point against Leeds. Yeah, we're buzzing. What? Seriously? Is that what we've become now? Is that the standard we expect of United? To celebrate a 1 point away from home to a newly promoted team? Well, to be honest with you, we are rock bottom. Let's be honest. Yeah, we got a point against a team that had got 2 points before they came to Old Trafford. But look, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And as fans, we need to wake up. We need to start calling out the ownership. They're gaslighting us. They're gaslighting us with saying that we don't need to go out and buy players. Ruben Amorim doesn't need backing. They brought this manager in under false pretenses. They told him they're going to give him the summer transfer window and they're going to bring him the players that he wants to play the formation that he wants. And they've let him out to dry. They've left him out to dry, guys. I swear they have. And I can 100% feel sorry for Ruben Amorim. Yes, he gets things wrong. Yes, there's tactical things that he does when we're playing matches. I feel like he should just go back to the back 4. But I think he's having a game of chicken against the board. He's telling the board, well, you brought me in and I said I'm playing 3 at the back. Now you want me to change and I'm not going to change. This is not about the fans. This is not about the players. It's about Ruben Amorim and the board, and it's a face-off. That's what's happening, guys. We're not seeing it. We're not hearing it. But if you look carefully and read between the lines, that's exactly what's going on. It's absolute chaos behind the scenes. Behind the scenes at United, the board, or some members of the board, namely Wilcox and Amorim, are not seeing eye to eye. Wilcox wants him to change the formation and play 4 at the back because he doesn't want to spend money bringing in more players. And Ineos don't want that either. Jim Ratcliffe has probably sat there and said, well, I'm not going to fund bringing in new players. We can't afford it. We're skint. We're shit. We're the worst owners ever. That's what we are. We're the Glazers, but just with a British accent. That's what we are. That's what we have got in Jim Ratcliffe. He is sheep. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what we've got. He's come in all like, oh, I'm a Man United fan. Bullshit, are you a Man United fan? Absolutely lying to us. Gaslighting us. He is not a Man United fan, does not want to see United back at the top. He's counting his pennies, getting rid of, the lunches, free lunches at Carrington or whatever. That's what they're doing. They're cost cutting. So why do we even have any faith in these guys coming in and actually buying some players for us? So this, I said it to you, this is going to be the pivotal stage. The January transfer window will tell you everything you want to know about Ineos. And do not let anybody tell you otherwise. Because there are people out there who probably on the Ineos payroll who are putting out this bullshit PR about how United don't need to go and strengthen their squad. How United don't need to go and spend. How United have still got good enough players. Because Ruben Amorim himself, the manager who works with these players, has told you without any doubt that this is the shittest United team in history. He said it last season. Nothing has changed. We've got a few new faces, but the rest of the core is still there. We've still got these shit players who, when it gets tough, they're down their tools. They absolutely put everything down and say, we give up. We give up. Sorry, we can't do this. We can't do this. We give up. And the owners let them get away with it because the owners look at them and think, shit, if we get rid of these guys who down their tools, it'll cost us. So I tell you what, let's keep them and blame the manager. And that's what you're seeing now. That's what we're getting. This, drip feeding of negativity towards the manager, towards his formation and everything else. It's feeding into the narrative that the manager's to blame and only the manager. But we're just being distracted. This is a game of distraction. Look at Ruben Amorim. Look at his formation. Look at what he's doing. That's what's wrong. Not the players that we've got at the club. Not the owners who are refusing to invest in bringing in the right players. We can all agree as Man United fans that there's players in this United squad who are simply not good enough. They're not good enough to be playing for Man United. But yet we're forced to play them. And Sesko. Now coming back to Sesko, he's a young player. We shouldn't be relying on a young striker coming in his first season and be looking for him to score goals for us. It doesn't work like that. But yet we're the only club who are serious enough and saying, oh, do you know what? We want this kid who's come in on his first season to score all the goals for us. Absolute diabolical, absolute rubbish. Something needs to change, and it's got to be Ineos. It's got to be Ineos and Glazers. We want a full sale. Get the hell out of here, guys. Get the flip out of our clubs. You don't deserve to be owners of this club. You're not going to put your money where your mouth is. Get out, man. Get out. You're not going to back the manager. Get the hell out. We don't want you. We don't want you. They're skint. They're skint, man. They've got no money. They're lying to us. They're the billionaire with no bloody money. They can't even afford to keep their own companies running properly. They can't even afford to run other ventures that they've got. They can't even afford to build a new stadium. They can't even afford to stop the bloody leaks at Old Trafford. And we're expecting them to pull their finger out and buy players for millions of pounds. Absolutely not. We've got the wrong end of the stick here, guys. We really have. I'm going to leave it there. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you subscribe. You're watching the Man United Stream channel, a channel by the fans for the fans. Goodbye. Absolute joke.